Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to State of the Squadron 51. Hey guys, great to have you back. If you are new, State of the Squadron is a show I do where I talk about things happening in and around Star Citizen and this organization, Test Squadron. And there are a lot of new players coming in. It's actually been pretty crazy what's happening out there. And I'll actually start off this video by welcoming a whole bunch of you. Now, typically, excuse me, what we see is 10, maybe 15 players joining a day. But in the last couple of weeks, it's been consistently 20, 25 every single day. What's unusual about this is that we only see these numbers usually when there's some big event happening. Now, I'll come back to this later in the video. And I'll talk more about that. But basically in this video here, I just want to welcome the new members. I'm going to guide you through what you need to do to get started if you just joined here. I've got to give thanks to a lot of people who make this all happen. We'll go over some recent news and some advice for new players. And I guess that will wrap it up there. So starting off with all the new guys joining, welcome. So let's see, Cosmic Space, Jonathan, Kuzon Kasai, Snot Breath. What? How are you picking these names these days? Giorgio's HD, T. Jordan, Foxworth, Wiltis, thank you guys, welcome. New Creed, Sin Norge, and Taserbait. Taserbait? They will fear the name Taserbait. Desert Saker, Wall 1C, Broken Donut, and everyone else who's joined over the past couple of weeks. In fact, it's been a couple of months since I've actually done one of these State of the Squadrons. Forgive my tardiness. But hey guys, welcome. Great to have you join us. If you are new, get yourself into our Discord. That's where everything happens. There's voice channels, there's text channels. You have to get in there and start chatting with people. There's also regular events hosted by our event coordinators. In fact, that's a good segue. Let me give thanks to all our event coordinators. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give thanks to all our event coordinators and our staff members in Test who've worked tirelessly over the last decade to get us here. So in no particular order, Athy, who does a lot of the mining events. Athy, congratulations on getting your degree, by the way. We're all very proud of you and well deserved. Bonsai, Chrome, who just had surgery on his hand and now has to play one-handed. Marksand, who constantly does all the combat. Marksand, thank you very much. Reload, Rubbelar, Traxxas, Vahadar. Gentlemen and ladies, thank you very much for your ongoing efforts in being event coordinators. We much appreciate it. When you go into our Discord, look for any of those guys, look for the events. They will show you a good time. Except for Chrome, because his hand's hurting. Okay, we'll stop. Also, lots of kudos to our mods, Shive, Munkin, Mromut. I should really memorize all of that. But mods, you know who you are, those people. Thank you for your ongoing moderating skills in keeping our Discord nice and clear. I've got to give thanks to all, and I say all, what do you got? 29 patrons. I'll actually give thanks to our 29 patrons who are supporting me through Patreon. Now, if you do want to support, people ask all the time, what's the best way to do it? Patreon.com/testsquadron with the best place for that. So, ladies and gentlemen of my Patreon, thank you very much for your ongoing support. I do appreciate it. But I will not also forget those of you who donate to the forums, our testsquadron.com. Yes, forums in the old days, in the before times. We used to use these things called forums. Now, before CIG even had their own forums on the site, we had this going here. And I know for you younger guys, you wonder what these are. Yeah, it's like a Discord, except not the same. But anyway, on our forums, donations coming through from Rear Intruder. Thank you very much for your $1. I always appreciate it. Vahidra for the service. Thank you very much. Citizen Dad. Okay, note to self. Ban this guy. Well, to you too, Citizen Dad, thank you very much for the 10. Fly Casual for 10, thank you. Vavrick for 25, thank you. For Test Christmas Stocking from Pistol, thank you very much. August for your 10, continuing every month, thank you, I appreciate it. Garrick Duval for your 10, thank you. This is going back in December. Mudhawk for 10, thank you. I haven't done this in a while, so sorry if I ignored you guys. Vahadar for your service for December, 10, thank you very much. Pricey 6381 for 10, thank you, sir. You did. Oh, did you click twice there by mistake? Let me know, Pricey. But anyway, it's mine now. Too bad. Fly Casual for 10. Thank you. Vavrick again. I don't want to go back into November. There's a lot in there. But thank you all very much for your ongoing support. It is much appreciated. And yeah, let's move on to, I guess, some news. Now, I do want to take a look at what is happening. Now, I mentioned to you guys that a lot of new people are constantly joining up, and these numbers are insane. I've never seen these kind of new members arriving as fast as they are. And I was wondering, how does this reflect as far as funding goes? Now, we just came off a record-breaking year, as you can see, in 2022, with 113 million. My question was earlier in the year, can we crack over 100 million? And we did rather comfortably. CIG did put out since then the chairman's letter, where Chris Roberts was basically saying that a lot of this funding is coming from new players to the game. They're buying a lot of starter packages, which is good news because they don't want to rely on the old whales, old in many ways. They want to rely on the whales. There's a lot of new funding coming in supporting this. And with all these new members we're seeing coming in so far in January, I was curious to see, is this reflecting in the funding? And it is. So just for the beginning of January, you're seeing 3 million raised so far. How does it compare to previous year, which was a record-breaking year? We see that 7 million was raised in January of last year. So where are we now? We're on the 13th. All right, we're halfway through January. So you know what? We're on track. Star Citizen is on track so far to match the huge record-breaking month from 2022, January of 2022 of 7 million. So look, if we close on 7 million for January 2023, that puts us pretty much in line with 2022. And judging from what I see, the massive influx of new players just joining Test, I do expect January to come pretty close to what we saw over there. And this is obviously important for the ongoing financial viability of Star Citizen. If you are new to the whole game itself, we're waiting for the next Star System to come out. That's Pyro in 4.0, which has been told, we've been told it's been pushed to Q4. And I think most of us just expect, Q4 of 2023 just means 2024. But that's the big thing to come next. It's a server meshing. It's everything that's going to make the next Star System easy transverse from one to the other. And the concern people have is, well, is it taking too long? Well, so far, for the beginning of January, it is not. Now, keep in mind, the big events happen around March. January, February, March, April, May. Sorry, around May. Yeah. So far, funding is on track. Let's see where it goes from there. So, I wanted to congratulate Russ Wilding. Now, Russ Wilding is a veteran employee of CIG, and he's been there for, obviously, quite some time. And he recently got a promotion that he's now going to be working as assistant level design director on Squadron 42. Now, we're all dying to hear more about Squadron 42. So I tweeted out to him. I mean, you guys can back me up in this. And I said, it's been an ongoing tradition for new assistant level designers to show us what they're working on in the first week. Looking forward to it. I think he almost fell for it, but maybe he's smarter than what I thought. But anyway, Russ, if you do want to share, feel free. I mean, you don't have to ask Chris Roberts for permission. Simply post it on Twitter or anonymously, and I will be sure not to share that information with anyone else at all. But before we move on I want to talk a bit about Spacebucks. Let's do this first. Lots of questions. People asking, hey, what is happening with your Spacebucks? This was a rewards token, which we did a soft launch for last year. Now we're moving to a new chain. The website's been updated. If you are already on Solana and you have a Phantom wallet, feel free to post your address below in the comment section and I will airdrop you some. I will have an official release on this later in the week. We're waiting for a couple of more things to happen. And when they do, I will update you on that. Very exciting stuff. But back to the topic, and I'm coming back to this again because I just had a question for this before I started this video. I had a new player message me and ask me what should they buy if they're coming into the game. Now, forgive me, Test Squadron. I know the Aurora is our mascot, but you cannot deny that the new starter ship, the Cutter, is an absolute work of art. First of all, the color scheme, can't go wrong. Kind of a black and yellow, right? The windscreen's yellow. You can't go wrong with it. And amazingly, obviously, ship design has improved drastically over the years. And I'll be more than happy to recommend this to anyone starting the game. It's a $45 ship. Well, this isn't the game package. What's the game package at now? Is it 50, 55? This was recently with the game package for $45. I think that deal just ended. But if you can grab this as the game package, or the game package with the Cutter in it, Definitely recommended. It's the only ship you need to start the game. This is a very common question I get. What ships do I need? And the answer is the starter ship, the $45 starter ship, and that is it. Reason being is you do a couple of box missions. Once you have enough box missions, you buy a prospector or a vulture. Then you go mining or salvaging, which gets you enough money to upgrade to whatever else you want after that. That's how the game is supposed to be played. Those of you who have spent thousands of dollars on this game have played yourselves, okay? You're supposed to start small and work your way up. But anyway, if you are new, and a lot of you are, stick with a small ship and work your way through. Hop into our Discord, and if you really want to fly some other ship, we will lend it to you. Ask anyone in chat, can I try your ship? They will spawn it. You can take it out. You can decide if you like it or not, and earn it in the game as it's meant to be played. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't buy other ships. If you have the financial means, go right ahead. But for 99% of the people out there, the starter ship is all you need. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is all the topics we have now. Thank you for your ongoing support. Welcome to 2023, and looking forward to seeing you in the game. Don't forget, if you like my content, subscribe. We're aiming to get 20,000 followers on my YouTube channel very soon. Your support is appreciated. Comments below. I'll catch you in the next one.